Hey, it is Friday, February 7th, 2025. My name's Cole, and this is episode 2 of the Micro Galaxy Squadcast, the internet's only show dedicated to all things Micro Galaxy Squadron. You can now find episodes on podcast services like Spotify or Apple, and I promise we'll do for the probably 12 people that want to listen to us. We'll do a little bit better job of describing what's going on. I don't know that our top 10 list was super a super great listen when we were using visual cues to pull things up and get reactions, but we'll get there. The videos are always available on my YouTube channel, Micro Galaxy Squadron, or over on Kevin's Micro Fleet channel. Speaking of the Mr. Micro Fleet himself, Kevin, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful, Cole. How are you, man?
I'm doing okay. I spent the last 2 days watching a sick baby that wasn't on my agenda.
Oh, man.
So plans change. Got thrown up on a lot. I'm feeling okay right now. I'm feeling okay. I had Chipotle for dinner. The more I think about that, probably not the best choice. Probably not the best choice. I'm expecting that at any second it's just going to come on and hit me, and I will have this too. You have kids, you know how it goes.
Yes.
Once they bring something home, it just rolls through the whole household and devastates. So
yes, it does.
If at any point you see my screen go blank and I just disappear,
we know what's going on.
Or pray for me.
Yeah. Just make sure you mute your mic before you end up doing that.
So absolutely.
We don't have to listen to all of it.
I will just totally yank the network cable from the setup here. I'll be gone. I don't need that floating around the internet forever. That would that's devastating.
Yes, that is.
How about you? How are you doing? Hopefully better than my last couple days.
Yeah, my week was a little less eventful. Just busy at work, and I did have a sick kid at home, but not the same type of sickness that you had. So it was crazy. We got a note from the school. 11% of the kids were out sick, which is crazy. Okay. I mean, in school it's probably 1,200. You're talking about almost 200 kids out.
That's a lot.
Which is it's a lot. Crazy.
It's hitting people hard right now.
It is. Really is.
As it does. You may notice, once again, I'm not about to bring a guest host on. We do not have a guest host tonight. Everybody was busy. Friday nights, maybe not the best night for a lot of people, Kevin. We'll have to look into this and figure out.
You're
if
right.
You're in the chat here, tell us what night you'd prefer to see us. Are you hanging out at home alone doing nothing on Friday night? Would you rather see us in the middle of the week? I've considered Tuesday nights. Love a good Tuesday night with nothing going on. No football. Yep. Let us know. Because I think it might be easier in the middle of the week to bring people on. We'll see.
Agreed.
But that's good. We'll float it. We'll make it happen tonight. Some of you might be logging on because you heard about a giveaway going on. Kevin, did you know there was a giveaway going on?
I did know there was a giveaway going on. A giveaway for actually something that has been way too difficult to find relative to what it should have been.
I agree. TIE Bomber giveaway. If you're here for that, go get your entries in. If you pull up, easiest way to get there, maybe go to Linktree, linktr.ee/Micro Galaxy Squadcast. The top link there is to the Gleam.io contest link. Get your entries in because you have 20 minutes to get those in. And Kevin, we're at over 1,000 entries, I believe now.
Over 1,000.
Does that surprise you?
That does surprise me.
Yeah, we're doing great. Over 1,000. The odds are getting worse for you guys all the time.
Yes, they are.
We're at 10:16 right now with 20 minutes left.
Nice. So we'll see how many more
there's a free bonus entry. You can click that, not do anything. If you want 3 more, just visit visit those other links on there, and you can get a total of 4 entries.
There you go.
And
I
at
should go
some
get
point,
I should get my entries in there right now.
if you'd like one, you'd like another one.
Oh yeah, of course.
Man, I was dumb. I ordered one. I am not sure why I ordered one of those, but I did, and I never got a chance to order another one. So I have my one. I have my one. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I got
maybe
3 of them actually, and 2 of them were damaged. So I was like,
the actual
I'm just
ship
gonna,
or the packaging?
yeah, the ship was damaged. There were some. There was
Mm.
like a glue. The front part of the one, like bomber portion of it had a bunch of glue around it. It looked terrible, and I sent 2 of them back because I was like, I'm going to find these in stores. It won't be a problem at all, and never knew.
I will say, I've had great luck with everything QC until I started
I
working on a
cannot
video
believe
this
that.
week for that tie silencer. Pulled out my tie whisper.
Yep.
And my first real issue, I have 2 left wing extensions for the whisper. They're, for whatever reason, it's the same whether you flip them or not. But what's up, DC Metro?
Hey, David.
They're keyed left and right for some reason. So
Yeah.
I've got 2 lefts, and it just won't stay in there very well, even if I kind of shove it. I think I'm going to have to take an X-Acto knife to it, which don't love that.
I
But
know. That's a bummer.
it did pop up this week back on Amazon for a couple hours. So I did order another one. We might do a little Amazon switcheroo there, and have to send them back the one that wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
I had a good run. I think I had a good run. We're 3 years in now, and that was my first real issue.
Man, I mean, you've seen my list of all the issues that I've had. It's been crazy. I mean, tons and tons of issues. Series 3 definitely was the worst of all of them for whatever reason.
So? Those V-wings had some issues too with little pieces on them. The cannons either
the V-wing.
Missing.
Then you had the Poe Black X-wing. That one also had 2 different issues on it with a little notch that was cut out in the.
Something happened to the mold in that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also with the one of the engine pieces on the back, just didn't get glued in all the way, or it was a mess.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
Yep.
All right, man. We're getting some people in here. What's up, TK? What's up, D Griff? Tom, how's it going?
Silencer with no problems. Yeah, I mean, the way the silencer is packaged, it's kind of hard. Like, you have to literally put that thing together in order to put it in the package. So, yeah, I did get mine today. I took it out of the box, and I was looking at it just to see, like, how are they going to fit this in a Starfighter class box? But you can take those wings like completely apart. So,
but would they do that? We have not seen boxed pictures of these yet, have we?
No, but you can. The front part of the wing can pull off. So, yeah, it's
not
actually
super
rubber.
attractive, but you can do it, right?
What's that?
Taking that off there for the packaging. Listen, would you rather have them look really, really, really nice in the package? This came up on Facebook the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have them look really, really nice in the bubble, or would you rather them be scaled correctly and have a tiny bit of assembly required?
Assembly required for sure.
Same. I agree. Somebody was complaining about that the other day. I saw. What's up, Hal Runner?
Yeah, I think the one thing that would be nice is when they do have those pieces that come together, especially in a scenario where they're putting the wash on it, they just have to cover those connector pieces, because the Y-wing was that way, as well as the T6 was that way. Or if you don't clean off those connectors, sometimes the wash in there is just thick enough that you can't get it to connect all the way.
It's a little gluey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super gluey.
It can be a little gluey.
And the clearances that they have on some of these parts don't account for that. So with the V19 prototype that I just got, the clearances are pretty wide. So when you move it around, I mean, it moves way easier than I would have expected. But you get the actual V19 and it's sticky because of that wash that's on there.
Getting a lot of people agreeing. They'd much rather have them scaled correctly, have to snap on a wing or two than look a little bit silly on the shelf.
Right.
All right, Kevin. We've got some weird things to get into tonight, some crazy stuff.
Oh my
Is
gosh.
2 weeks a long time? 2 weeks, I thought, man, this line, it's only one line. The waves are pretty far apart.
Right.
2 weeks, we need 2 weeks for there to be enough news just to chat about.
Yep.
There was so much this last couple weeks. There is so much.
I know.
I can't even believe how much happened this last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start doing every week. We'll see.
Yeah,
But
for sure. The it does seem to be one of those when it rains it pours
I
scenarios.
agree. I agree. And a lot of that is in preparation for a new wave. I get that. So
Right.
maybe we'll feel it out and it'll be a sliding, we'll do the opposite of what you're supposed to do with YouTube and be inconsistent, and we'll do weekly sometimes and then just take a break and come back 2 weeks later whenever there's news.
That's right.
But speaking of the news, Kevin,
yes,
let's jump into some retail updates.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've got quite a bit going on out there. The biggest thing that we've got coming up here is a bunch of discounts. So Target and Walmart are putting a bunch of stuff on clearance. So we have seen that at Target, we're getting the Starfighter class stuff on sale on clearance, as well as the N1 Starfighter. Both of those are down to roughly 50%. Also seeing the Rebel U-Wing as well as the Pod Racers are 50% off if you get a chance to see those. And then also at Walmart, we have a couple different things on clearance. So Scout class is down to $3 in a lot of places. Also the light armor class, still kind of a mixture of places that are at that $8 or $9. And then there was a big Disney store discount that popped up site-wide, 25% off. The code is MAGIC, and you could get the Batu Falcon as well as that droid battle pack that they had for $44.99 each. So a little bit of a discount there. And the other retail update that we have is the I just had it up there. Maroc is starting to show up finally at Walmart's.
I've seen a lot of reports of that this week out of nowhere. People just started posting, "Hey, here's 4 of them. Here's 4 chases at this Walmart." A Facebook member sent me a message last night. Went on a little cruise around the greater area of his town. Found 4 of them or 5 of them.
I think I know that same person.
And these are mostly West Coast, like western half, but it does seem like for whatever reason, a lot of those chases are now kind of making their way into more cases and making their way east right now at Walmart. So that's great. I haven't seen any Starfighters in quite a while at my closest Walmart that I check the most often. But great news for everyone. Even if you find them, if you don't find them, it's still bringing the price down. So
yeah, ATTE, I have seen some reports of that as well, that being discounted to $24. Ghost definitely 35 at Target. Actually, I think Target.com has it at $35.
I believe Walmart's had it at that as well several times.
Yeah,
not the 15. The 15 popped up for a few minutes one time, but
yeah.
What a deal! What a deal that was. $35 still great, man. The pod racers at half off that's a steal.
Agreed.
If the U-Wings get discounted anymore, that's like you start fleet building those, I think, at that price, because that's one of my favorite molds, I think, so far. They look so good. You just start grabbing them up for what would that be, like $7-8 if they get discounted again?
Yeah, so the chases and the rares are typically packed 2 to a case. So certainly as Walmart got their first set, I think that was probably like right around Christmas, early January. They got all of the common cases. There were very few that actually had the chase or rare in it that I had seen. Certainly Target had a lot more. So now it does seem like finally Walmart is getting those case packs, that assortment. So hopefully that continues to move its way across the U.S. and we get a chance to be able to find them somewhere else.
DC Metro mentions Amazon has had the Series 5 and 6 Scout Class 3 and 6 packs on sale. I have seen that.
Oh, nice.
A lot of those 3 and 6 pack Scout Class bundles seem to just stay on sale now. I think that seller is just rotating through different waves now, putting those on sale.
Yep.
So if you're looking for those, maybe just throw them in your cart or set a notification up that if they hit $20 to jump on those.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I think we figured it was like was it 40% or almost 50% chase to rare?
Yeah, at some point once they come out, I kind of stop tabulating. So I don't know if they get restocks of them, if that ratio kind of changes or goes away, if something changes. But at least when those 3 and 6 packs hit from River Trading Colony or whatever that seller is, it's like 40% rares and chases, which is nuts.
That's great. Yeah,
I don't know that I've got multiple rares and chases.
I got a couple this
point,
set.
Yeah.
This set I got, chase rare common, or I got when they had the two rares and a chase. But I did actually, they sent one of my orders in one of their actual cases that they got. And it said on there, it was like case 81 or 87 of 118. And it was a box that you could have, I think you could have 3 packs in it, probably 12 or 16 3-packs in the box. So they sent it in like the actual box that they got, which is pretty cool.
People comment a lot on the price. I get it. They're expensive. I still think it's a better deal just to dive in.
It wasn't a logo box. I could take a picture of it at some
just
point.
A generic,
on the page.
Just a generic shipping box.
Yeah, it's just like the ones that you get from Amazon that say like SWJ, Ahsoka's thing. It just says that, but it does have the 2 little lines to put the number out of whatever.
And no pink Jazzwares ring around the top?
No, it doesn't have any pink Jazzwares.
What's up, Damon? Thanks for hopping on. Caleb,
Damon, good evening.
See you.
We got 8 minutes left here.
I know we're counting down. I was just checking the time. That's it for retail updates, I think.
Yeah, I don't know that we have
people that are always
for...
asking about the battle droids and the tanks. I do think 44.99 is a pretty good deal on that. But if you miss out now, that's all right. Shop Disney runs sales all the time, man. It's nuts.
Yeah, they have a lot of
anything with Hasbro that shows up on Pulse and Disney Store. I've started just waiting for sales on those for Shop Disney. I feel like at least twice a quarter or so they're running some kind of sale on stuff. So roll the dice or pick it up to you. You've got both, right, Kevin?
I do.
You've got both of those? Yeah.
Yep.
The only difference in the Batu Falcon is the characters from the ride and Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
And then it's got the sequel trilogy rectangular dish.
Yeah. It's got a little different wash on it too. It's got like a bluish wash on it instead of the gray wash. Slightly
different, yeah.
Yeah.
But the big thing would be it's the only way to get a sequel trilogy. Yeah, DC Metro has a good point. It's the 10th anniversary of TFA. What better time to put that Falcon mold back out there for a 6th time?
That's right. Yeah, I guess that'll be
now. Hey, that might be a good way for sequel trilogy fans. That might be a decent way to get some new figures.
Yeah,
they can reuse the Poe.
Finally, get the Rey that was supposed to be a couple.
So you might get the Rey from the popsicle speeder.
Yeah.
And Finn had a mold
like
too
that.
that we saw for the damaged First Order TIE Fighter.
Yeah, that's right.
So we've got a BB-8, we've got a Poe. There's probably a Rey that exists. There's probably a Finn that exists.
Yeah.
And we know there's a Chewie. I don't know who else you could throw in there, but
although Finn was in his stormtrooper gear, the figure that they were going to release with that one, with the battle damage one.
Well, hey, when has that ever stopped? We got TFA Kylo with all of the other ships, so
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Can't remember
man.
when is Solo's anniversary. Oh man, I really would like to get the Falcon with the Solo version. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, I think it requires a lot of new tooling, which is probably holding them back on that. And since the movie was not gangbusters at the box office, there might be some hesitancy there to put the money into. Because not only do you have to, you can't just tool a new piece that somehow locks in there. You would have to totally alter the front of that as well for it to accommodate a piece that fits.
You might need to just slightly. I think they could get away with doing it pretty easy. But I don't know. I'm not a toy maker. So
it's a lot of money for a movie that did a little poorly at the box office, and I would assume is their thinking on that.
Yep.
In other news, we saw the Power the Force promotion pop up this week. This is a big promotion from Star Wars, from Lucasfilm, that they say is running all year. It's got most of their licensees involved, but it's one of those deals. We've seen this before, this kind of promotion, where we'll see StarWars.com, the blog that they have on StarWars.com, they will kind of announce new product. It doesn't seem like this is a weekly thing, but we should see it pretty regularly. So just be on the lookout for StarWars.com, because they did specifically mention Jazzwares. So we should be seeing some kind of reveal at some point here and there from StarWars.com throughout the year. And it mentions TFA 10 and Revenge of the Sith 20 as big pushes, promotional pushes from Lucasfilm. So my guess is some of that stuff we haven't seen yet, the Rey speeder, maybe that First Order damaged TIE, all kinds of
Nest speeder.
We might talk about this a little later, but some of the Revenge of the Sith stuff is probably going to be coming from that as well. So keep an eye out. Same kind of thing. Walmart Collector Con has been super, super hit or miss with Jazzwares.
I know it really has.
It's actually been a little bit of you'll remember the last Collector Con. They put up the pre-order for the T6 shuttle that never came.
My gosh, that never came.
Yes. Target got them on shelves, sold through a lot of them. And then a couple months later, Walmart just goes and cancels all of the orders they had for those.
That's really weird.
And now it's showing up on Amazon. That mystery listing is fine. That I kept saying it was the UPC matched the T6. Yep. It's finally populated with info, and it is in fact the T6. It says it's coming later this year. There's a scenario, I guess, where a lot of that stuff was sent to retailers, and maybe they made a first to market deal with Target on that. That would explain why there was a weird delay with both retailers in those.
Yeah.
Or it's just typical shenanigans that we see.
Yeah.
That is so CollectorCon is coming in March, but a lot of time we see some of the product that'll be showing up for that. We see that product in the middle of February. So in the coming week or two, there's a good chance that we could see something that might be popping up for CollectorCon. Yeah, that was Walmart revealing the T6 for CollectorCon without images was goofy. I agree. That was kind of crazy. As far as I understand, that was kind of on Walmart. They just threw that up there. unbeknownst to a lot of people.
The other one that was kind of crazy, I think, no, that was May the 4th, was the Clash of Carcoon, which never hit retail, which I think is
Walmart's
so
been
crazy.
doing that, man.
Never hit
Several of their
retail shelves.
releases have been straight to online distribution, not in stores. I don't know if that's a bad sign. It just is.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but I don't mind. I haven't even checked that in a while to know if it's still available. But I do hope they keep that $21 battle pack SKU going, because that's a great place to fit in some oddly shaped vehicles. They had the pod racers, they had the two skiffs. Those are solid releases, and hopefully we'll see more of those. Kevin, I do believe, I'm going to check.
It's time.
If you want to vamp for a second here, I'm going to check let's see how many entries we got.
Okay, great. Let's do it. Yeah, Clash of Carcoon is still...
We got like another 50 entries while we were sitting there.
Nice.
It is ended. I'm going to go through here and draw a winner.
Okay, the anticipation is mounting.
One winner.
The drama. One winner of a
TIE Bomber. And the winner is Timothy Walsh.
Timothy Walsh, congratulations. You just got a TIE Bomber.
Statistically, there's a good chance you're not watching.
Yes, probably not.
Statistically, there's a good chance you're not watching right now. But Tim Walsh,
don't they have
congrats,
to be present
man.
to be the
We'll
winner?
Get that over to
Nice.
you. I have your email address, and we'll send that out. For everyone who didn't win, there will be more giveaways. Now, I think I might have started with I think I started with the coolest one, I think. But there are more giveaways, and they're all cool in their own way. And we'll have one next week, so check that and get your entries in, and we'll do one next time. We may just draw the next one. I don't know if I want the next one to go for 2 weeks. Maybe we'll draw the third one in the next episode.
Yeah, there you go.
Everyone in chat congratulating Tim. Congrats, Tim. All right. Back to some of our bigger topics. I think why don't we do you want to talk about this Biggs situation here? I'd love to see what chat thinks about this as well.
Sure.
Why don't you give people the rundown of it here? This has been one of the crazy, as it developed, this has been, I think, the craziest story that's happened in the microgalaxy community. I think we all know the Series 4 Starfighter set has not hit the vault. But Kevin, what happened the last week or two that may shine a little light on some of the shenanigans that have gone on?
How deep do we want to go into this? All the way?
Let's go medium deep, because we also have a lot of stuff to cover. If you want to hang around for also kind of sketchy as well, a lot of leaks and new product that's hitting out. That is where we're headed next. So let's go medium deep.
All right. So we'll go medium deep with the Biggs. So interesting thing is, so Biggs all of a sudden popped up on eBay for $400. And then the person on there said that they had multiple of them. They have 48 of them, actually. So the moderators of Micro Galaxy Squadron on Facebook started chatting. We started getting in contact with these people to figure out what the deal was. And interestingly enough, for whatever reason, there are cases of Biggs and Wedge and N1s that are in somebody's storage unit that has all of these items that is trying to sell them off at ridiculous prices.
And there was an attempt to add a story for why they're there, right?
So the story was that these cases were sent to a retailer, and the retailer didn't have a SKU for it or didn't have it in their system, and so they sent it to a facility to have it destroyed. which I don't know how much I believe that, but that is the story at least that we got. And so they were intercepted by somebody who ended up taking all the cases off, and then I guess they sold them
Yeah,
to
it seems
somebody
like they were
else, or
rejected wherever they were sent to.
yeah.
There was some kind of discrepancy. The shipment, these pallets get rejected. They get sent to a different facility because they've been rejected. And my understanding is that facility basically sends them to salvage. And somebody, let's just call them Storage Wars types.
That's right.
Mr. Storage Wars comes in and saves these pallets from destruction. So there's a gentleman out there with
What a
48 of these
great
guys,
guy.
but
He's
that's
just
not the
saved
end
them
of it.
all.
A
Yeah.
second gentleman shows up and says, "Hey, I've got the rest of the 800 bigs."
Now, didn't that guy that had the 800, didn't he sell the 48 to the one guy? And so Mr. Storage Wars and Mr. Storage Wars 2, his friend, who's not his friend, said, "Hey, buy this case." Sells him the case for like $6,000 or something like that. So he starts listing them for $400.
So what
Then
the first gentleman is in for like legitimately over 100 apiece.
yeah.
I believe.
And so
right? We're going deep. Let's just go deep
yeah.
because this is nuts. This is drama.
I think it was more than that. The number that I remember was $6,000 for the box, and so he's selling them all at 400. But I don't know if that works out to be the right amount. Either way,
which is nuts. So I believe it was like he paid well over 100 each. So for those 48,
starts listing them at 400 or whatever. Then
and
the guy that
jokers
he bought
are buying
them from. I know. I just don't buy them for that, please. So then his guy who sold him this case comes in on eBay, starts undercutting him by half, almost half, like
this
$250. And now the guy that was selling at 400, who had a pretty good deal, we had tried to work out a pretty good deal with him, like, hey, we'll buy multiple of these for this cost. And he was like, no. Now he's going to have to sell it below the cost that we had actually asked. So it's like, sorry, man.
This guy's going to have to sell them for below what he paid for them. He's going to lose money.
Absolutely.
Depending on how many he sold at 400, I don't think he made enough profit to cover the rest of those 48 that he's going to have to sell.
Yeah.
Below what he paid, because this guy stabs him in the back and has these other pallets of them. And now I don't know that he's in those pallets for anything. I don't know that he's paid anything for these.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'll be also for as much as he's selling them on eBay, there's just not that many people out there that are going to pay more than $100.
There's certainly not.
So he's going to exhaust the people that are going to pay $250. And again, we threw out a great offer to buy multiple of them. Said, hey, we'll give you X dollars for a large sum of them. And he said no. It's like, all right, man. You just keep trying to.
He should have got whatever he could before
Absolutely.
this gentleman Storage Wars number 2 came in.
You've got 800 of them. Who cares? I'd
this
sell
guy
them for whatever.
Can sell them for $50 and still make money, I think. And he doesn't just have bigs. Yeah. He has a lot of it. He has N1s and wedge. Yeah. So something insane has happened, and it's honestly kind of hard to even like figure out exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I know it really is.
I want to just interview this guy and talk to him. But they're probably they're maybe such trash humans that I don't want to do that. I don't know. But moral of the story is don't buy bigs from eBay right now, because there are 800 of them. And once they sit there, this guy's just going to start bringing down the price and bringing down the price and bringing down the price.
That is right.
Lord willing, one day when Jazzwares does release this set and has more done up and they release the vault set.
How great would that be?
The price of those things are going to plummet even more.
Yeah.
So unless you have to have that version of bigs, not the one we just got in the vault set.
Right.
But unless you just have to have that specific version of bigs, don't do it. Just wait, because that is going to keep falling and falling and falling and falling. And one of those dudes is going to be out quite a bit of money. And the other guy is probably going to make some money, but who knows? He could end up in jail. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
I don't
should have
know.
taken the
It
deal.
seems it may not be shady. This stuff probably happens every day, and I just don't know about it. But to me,
Agreed.
it feels insane. It's such a weird story.
It is a weird story. The
They're maybe
whole
in the Facebook
situation.
groups, like, trying to hop up their posts, trying to hype up everybody.
Yes.
We've tried to get rid of some of that, but it's been
Yeah.
nuts.
Yes, and we have been managing that throughout this week, or whatever, however long it's been, last 7 to 10 days. I think it started last weekend, just because those people that do have those listings were in the groups. They're then trying to push it and just going like, "Oh my gosh, did you see on Facebook they've got this thing?" It's like, "Come on, man, get out of here." So
Who do
if
we know in
anybody's looking at
Washington?
that and everybody's going, "What happened to that post?" We are trying to manage it as equitably as possible to try to make sure that people aren't taking advantage of the members of the groups.
Which,
So
to be fair, there's been a couple people that have said they've ordered a Bigs from eBay and nothing has shipped yet. So
yeah, yes. So
who knows? I don't know. It's weird. There could be like copycat listings that are trying to scam people now.
the
But
one thing that was
Vincent
interesting,
Vincent has a good suggestion. If you're in Washington and would be
yes,
interested in setting up a sting operation, this would be
we're in.
amazing. We need the Google glasses. We need Google Glass with cameras.
Yep.
We need you to come in, and we'll get the whole thing. I'll cut it together. I don't know if we'll get police involved, but it would be amazing to get eyes on whatever this guy
Oh man,
has
I
in this
couldn't
storage
imagine the
unit.
legal ramifications of doing
It's
something like that.
boxes and boxes and boxes in this storage
Yeah,
unit.
we have
I
seen
would love to see it.
pictures.
I just want to see the guy. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's
no
nuts.
kidding.
Uh, yeah. Hashtag save Biggs.
Yes, I like that.
Or if you're feeling shady and have a big truck and bolt cutters.
Cole, come
But
on.
I do not officially condone that. I do not officially condone
Oh
that.
man, that's funny.
Um,
Help out the community.
oh man, yeah, for
That's
the
funny.
community. Save Biggs. Got to do it, Take
Yeah.
one for the team. Kevin,
That's great.
um,
Yes, but that whole
that
situation was kind
that
of
is a
crazy.
wild
Yeah,
story.
I've never. I mean, certainly as we've seen, like Sabine not hitting the market, and probably there's still hundreds of those, thousands of them sitting in some storage facility somewhere. To them hitting Ross. People paying hundreds. Then remember the
It's crazy when
Marauder?
it's a hypothetical. It's one thing, It's
Yeah,
man, I bet Sabine's sitting there somewhere in a store, just sitting in a warehouse somewhere, and then they show up at Ross.
right.
You think, but you don't really see it to this effect. You're
No,
like, there could be Bigs in a warehouse somewhere. When you actually see the photo of boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes
and
of Bigs,
boxes and boxes
it
and
hits different.
boxes. It does. It
And
really
now
does.
I want that vault set even more, just so I can feel good about these people losing their shirts.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Well,
The
that was
so
a
you, Kevin,
yes.
you said yours just came.
It did. Yeah,
What do you
I
think?
know. I like it. I do like it.
You have not done a video yet, correct?
I haven't, no. So I took it out of the box. I wanted to examine it, and then I put it back in the box so I can do the video after we're done with this. I'll actually shoot all that and hopefully have that up tonight or tomorrow.
So if you're curious, Kevin's unboxing video is fake. He has already unboxed them and he puts them back in.
Yes, it will be fake. If you're watching this before you watch that, yes. Those little things. The great thing about those little tabs that they
80% of
use,
YouTube fake.
yeah, the things that they use, those little tabs to kind of like put them in the holes to
Excuse me?
keep the vehicle in. You can kind of like pull the tab and push it through so you can take it out and then
The little
reseal it or whatever.
plastic
The little
bands.
plastic things. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got little like nippers now that I,
Hmm.
from models or 3D printing stuff. I
Yeah.
have the nippers handy now. I put in my video. Did you see that? Did you watch my video, Kevin?
I did, yeah.
Not only did I have the knife, but the nippers made an appearance.
I saw that.
To cut that out.
That's how I knew. As soon as I opened it up, I knew what I was getting myself into because I saw you snip
I thought it was
thing.
packaged pretty well.
Agreed. Agreed.
And I know a lot of people were worried about this. A lot of people were worried because one of the photos showed the wing bent.
Yeah.
That was because a lot of people were worried about warping. Turns out, like, I kind of thought this might be the case. I'm glad it was. That was just not pushed all the way into the bubble.
Yeah.
Where it kind of grasps the wings to hold them in place.
Yep.
It was sitting above those 2 points of contact, and it was actually pushing the wing up in that photo. So no warping. They feel great. Looks great. Seeing the premium deco in the back in hand, what are your thoughts?
It's nice. The colors are way different than I expected. So it's much more of a gray looking vehicle than all the pictures make it look like it's black. We had the similar type of thing that was reverse with the Inquisitor Scythe. When we saw it, it looked like it was gray, and it was actually
which
like
I understood that because it's very, very hard to photograph.
Right.
So it made sense that they would kind of lift the black levels on those photos so you can see more of the detail.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah, it did look pretty dark in a lot of the photos of this one. But
I love the
color
colors
tone of it.
Yeah.
It's a really cool it's a really cooler toned gray. And then just that little bit of that they hit it with that metallic silver that they touch that with all over. Honestly, it's a lot of metallic silver that they hit all over it. But the details really pop on it.
Taking the back cover off of that piece? Did you have a problem taking that off?
No. Kevin, I'm not scared.
The one that I had,
I'm not scared. I put a thumb in there and rip.
Yeah. I was pulling up on it and I was like, man, this thing is going to snap in half if I pull this up. And then I pulled up on it like pretty hard. The thing snapped off and then the wing flew off at the same time. And I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, well, the wings come off. So
Hulk over there ripping the thing apart.
I know. Too much.
Now I'm having trouble getting it back on right now. It's
but yeah,
great.
no, it
I
does look
assume
nice.
most people probably. I saw somebody in chat say they got theirs today. You said yours came today.
Yep.
Must be the case. And you're on the very, very East Coast.
Yeah, and
my
ordered
guess
it
is
pretty late too.
Most people probably got theirs in today, right?
Yeah, I ordered mine later than most. Yeah, we may not be able to see that. I was surprised in some of the pictures, like Jonathan posted from Rebel Scale. He posted up the picture of the back like that, and I was surprised when he posted it. The colors looked super vibrant, like the green was really green. But when you open it up, all of it's metallic, which is not what I was expecting. I thought it was just painted.
Well, would you be shocked to know that sometimes photos are edited?
There's like
he might have pulled that saturation up a hair.
Yeah, no, but no, it looks. He's got a good lighting situation in his.
He does.
Where he's taking pictures.
I do get a very do you get like a circuit board feel? Now I'm way on focus. Do you get a circuit board feel when you open the back up?
Yes.
It just feels. I think it's the greens.
Yep.
I just feel like I'm looking at a big circuit board, but it is super detailed. And honestly, I'm really, really curious to see what the common release looks like.
Agreed.
Are they just gonna dab a little bit of like dry brush metallic stuff over it and that's it?
Wouldn't it be funny if it was just the same color as the plastic? There's no paint on it at all.
I doubt that. Surely we won't get that. But
or if it looks the same, but it didn't have the
metallic dry brushing on there.
Maybe it's just not going to have like the copper piping color. It has all the other color in it.
Yeah.
The only critique I have of the whole thing, I don't know yet because I haven't taken it all the way apart, but there's a rubber band that holds the front of the wing together.
There is.
That I'm interested to see how easily that thing comes off when you pull the wing off.
The wing extension, you mean?
Yeah, right. Because that's how they're going to be able to get it in the Starfighter box. Same way that they did with the Whisper. You pull the front of the wing off.
I'm not gonna like go to town on this.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But
But
I'm pulling pretty hard, and it's not coming off.
yeah, yeah, it should probably snap in there. But definitely the wings come off the side, just like they do
Mhm.
with all the other TIE fighters.
Yeah,
Um,
I've pulled those off, yeah.
yep. So I was surprised to see that they are a little bit flimsy. Not
The
like the
wings?
Whisper. Yeah, not like the Whisper is seems like much thicker and
Yeah,
firmer.
well, the Whisper, the wings are very, very thick. These, I think, are appropriately
Yes,
thick,
agreed. Yeah, they
but
look more scaled.
there's some give to it.
Right.
Obviously some flex to it, but I don't mind it. I'm probably not gonna give it to my 4-year-old to play with.
Yeah.
I would rather I'd rather it look like this, This is like, I think, an appropriate thickness. I like it.
Yep.
Now, nothing, maybe slightly controversial.
Mhm.
Nothing in the cockpit. No extra deco in the cockpit.
I know that, and I think if I had the other critique I was going to say is when you put Kylo Ren in there, when you're looking through the cockpit window, his feet are right in the center of the window. So, so it doesn't really work. Like he's sitting in there looking out the window. It just does look kind of funny with him sitting in
Yeah,
there
this is
like
the
that. But
OnlyFans version.
yeah, but it's not that big of a
His
deal.
feet.
It's it's opaque enough that you can't really see through it that well. So yeah, it's fine. Not a huge issue.
What? So, would you have preferred slightly less deco on the back, and
Mhm.
for there to be some in the cockpit? Or are you glad they went all out with one section, made it look really, really nice, and didn't do anything to the cockpit?
Putting something in the cockpit would have been nice.
I agree, because we got
Yeah.
that on the torrent, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
my I would love that to be the standard for these. We have
Yeah.
2 of them. We have
Interior.
2 of them now.
Right.
Um, I would like that to be the standard, that the cockpits on these releases have at least a little bit, even if it's just the seat being painted.
Hmm.
I'd like a little bit in there. I don't know that I need, like the V19. I don't know that I need, like, blast scoring, like, battle damage on them as extra deco, but, I've seen a lot of people really, really like them.
Yeah.
We've got 2 of them. Is this something that you would like to see continue? These
Uh,
first to market, do you feel like, "Hey,
yeah.
I'm getting it a little early. I'm getting a little extra deco." I mean, is this what you like in a vault release? Would you like to see, like, a Series 9, couple first, market editions on the vault for Series 9
Potentially. The only problem right now is we haven't seen the actual standard release of either of them yet to be able to
to
compare
compare?
them.
Sure.
So, yeah, if we look at those and go, wow, there is a difference. I mean, it makes sense to have this, then yeah, for sure. Keep them coming. Like, I love all the different variants of them. Um, but if it's a scenario where it's like, yeah, this just looks really similar, like the Armada edition, that would be one where, maybe you get one and then it's like, oh, well, now you get it. You get the first to market and then you get it in the series and it's like an Armada. Like, I don't know that seems kind of silly. The packaging on it is awesome. Packaging is incredible,
It
but
is awesome.
that's
I
about
like
it.
it, and you can pretty much fold them all flat if you wanna keep it and display it later, or not for now. You can
Yeah.
break them down and store it flat. A lot of people still just throw packaging in the trash, though.
Hmm. Agreed.
The degenerates that, can't appreciate art.
Yeah,
I
I think
get
it
it.
would be nice.
I've
Now, how about what do you think about this, Cole? Is in some of these vault releases that we get in the first, the first edition that comes out like this, would you rather have the vehicle be similar? Maybe there's a little bit of deco, but there is something else that's added to it. So on the back of the packaging, you get specs of the ship, or you get, some other copy on there that then kind of makes it pop a little bit more. So you feel like you're getting more out
I
of
think I
it.
see where you're going with this. There's a are you talking about how to up the like perceived value of each
Yeah, like how to up the ante on it and just go, we're
beyond?
not just getting the ship and the figure and the packaging, we're getting something
So
else
I agree.
that adds to it.
I would actually pay slightly more if they my two biggest wants for a set like this. If you're gonna have a slightly different but pretty much the same as a normal release with some bells and whistles, I would like to pay $5 to $10 more and get a stand.
Stand would be
They
good.
can make 80 or 90% of the stand the same on all of
Yep.
them, and all they have to newly tool is just the part that fits in and actually hooks onto the ship.
Yep.
I think that would be the only thing they would have to tool for each one, I have no idea how much that would cost. I don't know if that's worth 3,000 units, but that would be my biggest one is, hey, these vault releases come with a stand, 'cause they've made it pretty clear that we're not gonna get stands packed in with them at this price point, on store shelves. And the other thing I could think of that I think would be super, super fun for these would be blast effects.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have
Agreed.
any lines that have these kind of things. I think of, the Transformers lines.
Sure.
Transformers, there's a lot of blast effects that are, it's like a softer plastic because it's pointy. It's a softer plastic, it's a little translucent, and if you could fit, like, laser blasts onto the ends of the different cannons,
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
maybe,
great.
if it's a battle damage one or something like that, maybe if you have an explosion, you could have some kind of, fire explosion looking thing that could attach to part of the ship.
Yeah.
Some kind of blast effects piece or, or a stand, I think those are the 2 things that to me, now I'm, like, on board for all of these. I don't care what the ship is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grab these, every time. It's like an instant purchase no matter what the ship is, because 'cause I'm getting a stand. That's the only way to get the stand, and, I'm getting blast effects, which in different displays, I think that's awesome. That would be amazing. Those are my
Yeah.
2, like, I'm willing to pay more to get that, but I want the release more because of that, I think.
Right. No, those are good. Those are good. I think those would both be cool. Yeah, blast effect that you could even, because Bandai does that as well with a lot of their models. They're super flimsy, but they
Mhm.
do have those laser things where they plug into the actual gun port, or it's like a deluxe edition Black
Yep.
Series, that has something like that. So yeah, no, those are great, great ideas. What's up?
What's up, Austin?
Thanks for joining.
So, it'll be a month before we know what's new for the vault.
I know. Who
Um,
knows? Maybe Series 4. That would be awesome.
but speaking of new,
Yeah.
the other crazy thing that happened in the last 2 weeks, we
Yep.
got a whole lot of new.
We did get a whole
Out
lot
of
of new.
nowhere.
A
Every
whole lot of new.
retailer dropping little nuggets here and there. Amazon just
Yeah.
throws
Well,
up, all
why don't we
kinds of.
start actually, Cole? Let's start with the stuff that's going to be hitting the fastest.
Yeah, we
So,
got all kinds of things in the mix of all of these listings where here we go. The shuttle Tidarium, finally, this has been in GameStop Canada's system, so we've heard rumblings about this for, like, a year.
yes,
Um,
agreed.
and some people may not know this. It was on, I believe, Amazon, is that correct? And then it was
Uh,
on Target, and Target
yeah,
is already shipping these out.
they are already shipping
It
them.
was briefly on Target's website. They are already shipping these shuttle Tidarium repaints out. I just literally an hour before we went live, I saw a post from somebody in the Facebook group that has this in hand already from Target. I don't know if you have the photos of this. Yeah, here
There
we
it
go.
is.
This was let me pull up a name, give him a shout out since we're using their pictures. Jonathan Gertig. We took some of these pictures he posted.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how this looks in hand. I do see more of the panel lining.
Yep.
It doesn't look quite as insane as it does in the product photos, does it?
Yeah, agreed. Although the other thing I noticed in the photos on here, it does look like those streaks that they have do look like, a normal type of a streak. But seeing the actual picture of it in hand doesn't look quite as good. It obviously looks like it's just a painted on streak.
Yeah, and I think
You know,
what a lot of people, I think what we're going to hear from a lot of people is this may, just the way this has come out now, this may look a little too similar to the original release for I believe what we're getting newly tooled is the Han in the trench coat. Which because we've got these troopers before, correct?
Of them.
These are re-release of the repaints of the troopers.
Yeah, the other thing that I was thinking as I was looking through these pictures too is, the Luke and Leia from Endor.
So now we've got our full crew in Endor, right?
Right.
We've got everybody now. This is how you complete the crew.
Yep.
Is you grab this, and this Han will complete your Endor crew.
Yep. Correct.
I like it. I like the weathering. I really like it in the photo. The in-hand pictures, I'd like to see a couple more of these. But man, how insane is it that people have these in their hand?
I know. That's
and
crazy.
We have no we've had no official mention of this.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, they ripped out the Emperor's chair.
That this came out. Like, when was the GameStop thing that came out? I want to say that was like 6 or 8 months ago.
If not more. I mean, it's been a long time that this has shown up in GameStop Canada's system.
Now, one of the other things that is interesting about this one, and we've talked about this a lot during, these streams that we've done, is a long time ago when we had the brand manager on, we were talking about the Imperial shuttle. He was like, "Oh, there's a peg in there. What do you think that peg is for?" Like, "Oh, for R2?"
He did tease.
When would R2 do it? And then finally we get this now 2 years later. So no, it's cool. I think that this is by far my favorite picture. I have two of these. One I have in its landed position, and it in this flight position looks so awesome. The scaling of everything looks so great. Man, I'm such a huge fan of this one.
Denzel asks, what city did he pick it up in? He did not pick it up anywhere. It was shipped to him from Target, from the listing. It was, as far as I know, it was not up very long.
Right.
But it's nuts. People now have these in hand, which is crazy.
Yep.
So check that link. I've got it on my link tree, I think has it. You can find it probably just doing a search in the Facebook group to find that link. Since it's Target, get in there and go in and hit the notify me when it's in stock. Probably the best way to do that is
where
to hit
is
notify
that
me when it's in stock.
Because I was looking at that earlier, I could not find that.
I think that's the thing. I've always been able to do that. Is you may not, maybe it's only in the app or only online. Something I've done it pretty recently. I think it should still be there. But if you hit notify me when in stock, you'll get an email, and it's not like
notify me when I'm back in stock.
Yeah, so you'll have a better shot at it, I think, in that case.
Gotcha.
But
if you go to Cole's link, it's right there at the bottom where it says out of stock, and then right there it says notify me when back in stock.
Yeah, tap that bubble.
That's great.
It's wild. Here's another starship that just popped up out of nowhere, like Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is already in hands, so this is nuts. We've got stuff coming out. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's approvals or what's holding up the official reveals of these items. Maybe the retailers are jumping the gun, that is always, always, always a possibility, and sometimes that's usually what happens, I think.
Yeah.
But this is kind of nuts. It looks good. I
So
think a lot of people are going to say not different enough for me at full price.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan says it's out of stock. It was only in stock for a tiny, tiny amount of time. We're talking
probably
like
minutes.
Yeah, we're talking like significantly less than 30 minutes, I believe.
Yeah. Now, do we want to stick with Target or do we want to go to the Amazon stuff first?
Oh man, there's so much. I will say my final thought on this is I think
Yeah.
I would feel better about these two repaints if they
Yeah.
had done the Emperor's if they had done the Emperor's shuttle
With the gray stripe.
with the gray stripe. That would set these two apart a little better.
Yeah.
And now I would feel like I've definitely got two different versions. I think people would feel just a little bit better about rebuying and double dipping on this.
Sure.
The way it is now, it feels like it's you're kind of double dipping just to finish Han out with your indoor crew.
Yeah.
That's how it feels to me a little bit. I don't know about you, but I'll still get it. I'll buy it at retail price. But if that other one had that screen accurate gray stripe, I would feel a lot better about picking it up a second time.
Yeah. I think the weathering on it seems like it's enough, but that's just me. So anyways, let's do Amazon. We'll save the cool pictures for just a minute. So Amazon, we had a bunch of stuff pop up. And these popped up again just for inside of an hour. Once they started to come up, we did start to post them up on the pages, and some people were able to go in and get it. So we've got 4 different vehicles for the light armor class bundles, which is what the guess is right now. They're not actually called light armor class bundles. They're just called SWJ 0465 or 466 or whatever it is. So those listings, when they popped up and were able to be purchased, now, even though I have them in my cart or in my orders, when I click on them, it doesn't go to anything. It goes to the dog page. So,
which has been pretty typical for
yeah,
these pages that have popped up like this, where not only does a listing show up, but a listing actually goes live and is orderable.
Yeah, the one thing that is interesting about this, though, is that we've got 4 that are in light armor class and 4 that are in starfighter class when we should just have 3 each. So be interesting to see what they are. And you can obviously see with the 465, 466, 468, and 469, we're missing 467. So is this potentially an opportunity where they're getting a rare vehicle and putting it on? Don't really know at this point. Yeah, I would say probably not. But the other 2 that did pop up, which is pretty cool, is the Starship class as well as the Dreadnought class. So you've got the Starship class there is SWJ 0398, which is the ARC 170. And that is going to be
there it is. Winner
sweet.
of the fan bracket of 2024. We did not have to wait long. And it's
already out.
Starship class.
And then we've got the TIE Reaper as well, which was cool because that's not really one I would have considered to be a Dreadnought class. So there is somebody out there in the group that has actually done some models of this and some 3D printed models and made it about the size of like the TIE Defender, and it's relatively small. So that's what I thought. I didn't think that it was going to be like a big vehicle.
Yeah, it's a lander, right? That's what they're calling it. It's the TIE Reaper landing craft.
Correct, which is really cool. And so while we don't have an actual picture of the item itself, we do have a picture of this is the target listing. So at the very top, it's depends on how big you're making your screen right now. You can see the DPCI. It is 087261831. So if anybody's listening, that is what the DPCI is for the ARC 170. It's calling it an 8-inch vehicle at $29.99. This thing's got to be huge.
It's going to be big, and I wonder, how many microfigs does this come with?
I'm guessing it's going to have
More than
two
one, I would
pilots
think,
and
right?
a
I
droid,
think a lot
right?
of people were a little worried that when we finally got this, it would come with one pilot. The fact that it's
Yeah.
Starship and it's large, I think this sounds like all the pieces are there, that it sounds like this is gonna be quite a crowd pleaser done right. Even if
Yeah.
it's, DC Metro says, "Hopefully 3 plus a droid." I believe that's what
Mhm.
the Lego set came with, is that right? I think the Lego set comes with Oddball, 2 pilots, and a droid. If I had to guess, I would say we'll probably get 2 pilots and a droid. But who
Yeah.
knows? I don't know. We don't know yet. The image, for anybody who's watching on their phone or something, this is a stock image that I pulled from Google. There were
Correct.
1 or
Yeah,
2
this is
people that
not
made a
a
comment on my post saying, "Wow, they put pictures of the ships on the listings now." No, I Googled this.
Yeah,
This is not the toy. This is this is just,
just
this
an
is just
image
me
of it.
taking from Google and putting it on there so people know what they're looking at, because, um, sometimes
Now, do
people
you
can't read.
think that the ARC 170 is that big of a vehicle to warrant that? I mean, you're talking about it essentially being the size of the U-wing or Boba Fett starship or the Inquisitor. Like that's the packaging size that we're looking at. Because I didn't
We
think
we
that it was
know
that
things
big.
can get murky.
Sure.
Things can get murky. Um, uh, I don't know. My hope, I would never put I would never put money on the inch size in the listing.
Oh no, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? I
But I'm
I
just
would
talking about
only
like
I
that class of vehicle at being, 8
correct.
inches
It
or
it
whatever.
is
Yeah.
kinda crazy that that's like the Scythe or
Right.
Slave One or the shuttle.
Yeah.
Um, my hope is that it's maybe not necessarily just the size, but it's because they've had to pack more features with the wings, the way the wings,
Hmm.
they needed to pack more figures. I'm hoping that that's part of it that they've taken into consideration, and that's why the jump in class size. Maybe it's not massive,
Yeah.
but it's got more play features. It's got more microfigs. So who knows? I'm There's a lot of reasons to be pretty hyped for that release. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see more. Uh, I don't know when it'll be. I mean, all this the retailers are leaking all of this info right now. So I don't know if that forces Jazzware's hand at all with these reveals, or they just say, "Well, that's a bummer. It's
Hmm.
out there, but this was our schedule for a reveal." So I don't know how that works internally with
Yeah.
them, but I would really, really love to see what this looks like soon. And yeah,
Agreed.
it says March on Amazon, so presumably this is Series 8, and this is coming, pretty soon,
Soon.
I
Yep.
would think. TIE
Yep.
Reaper we've seen, it looks like, it might be coming with, Death Troopers, so it'll be pretty cool to get,
And this is, dude, I
some Death
love
Troopers in the line.
the Dreadnought class, the Starship class. The Dreadnought class, I think, is my favorite class so far. I mean,
I agree.
the
I mean, yeah,
quality
the
of the vehicles,
T6.
the size, the T6, the ATTE look amazing. And then this vehicle, I mean, I would have never in my wildest dreams imagined that we would get not only a TIE Reaper at all, but to be able to get it as a Dreadnought class vehicle. I mean, this is a perfect type of building vehicle at $40 a pop. It's probably not as much of a fleet builder, but it's still, I mean,
But that's MSRP. Who knows? The
that's
T6
right.
Dreadnought is supposed to be 39.99, and they put that to market at 29.99. So,
Yeah. If they
I mean,
drop
if
this to
if these
twenty
come
nine
out at
ninety nine, it'd be awesome.
Starship prices, then yeah, it's a steal. I mean, I thought $30 for the T6 was nuts.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And for
great value.
those who are not watching currently, let me go back out of that. The DPCI on
See,
this is
Rich, thanks
zero
for hanging
eight
out.
seven 26 Sorry, 087262980. 087262980 is the DPCI for the TIE Reaper at Target.
I'm excited as well, Jonathan.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
going to be really fun. And again, that also had a March date, so that seems like it could be hitting right around the same time as all these others. Again, I don't know how much weight to put behind. I've learned not to totally trust Amazon's. I don't trust Amazon's expected ship date as far as I can throw it anymore after this last wave that got pushed back like 4 times, I think.
And the worst thing is the whole you have to go in on a desktop to add it to your cart or whatever, or to approve that you still want it. That was a pain. That happened to me a couple times.
Yeah. I think the deal is some kind of law was passed, and now these online retailers have to go in and get approval to basically have a hold on your card for that long. So you've got to go in and say, like, I still want this item after X number of weeks or months, whatever it is. And the fact that Amazon makes you log into a desktop to accept those approvals is insane.
That is weird.
Yeah, David's saying here that that one might have said November on that listing. So who knows when we're getting that. Dreadnought, typically, I think those have not landed exactly when another wave has landed. Am I right?
I think they have. I think the ATT came out the same time as whatever else there was. What
Around
else
Series
came out
6
at the same time? Is that right?
So who knows?
Series 6,
coming.
with the Ghost.
Not sure. Chad, you are too late for the TIE Bomber. I'm so sorry. We called the winner about 45 minutes
ago. Yep.
Timothy.
So then we had some other big reveals come, which were some.
That was not. Yeah, so the timeline of this, we had all kinds of Amazon items pop up.
Yep.
Not really labeled that was just the SWJ naming. Then we had, I believe, David in here popped up and showed us these. The Target system has all these listings in it as well that correlate to those Amazon listings that came up. And then some of these Walmart listings that popped up this week.
Oh yes, the Walmart listings. Oh man, I thought we were going to go to our friends over in China on eBay, but
I was going to say the one of the Walmart listings that's been around for a minute. We finally got to see a packaged image of one of these 4 Series 8.
Yes, we did.
So,
and this is our AAT battle tank, the CIS version.
The battle tank finally shows back up, and this colorway is amazing.
Awesome. This is one that I am really disappointed it's a 1 in 5,000, because you could totally troop build this specific. And the battle tank that came out in Series 2 again just didn't land.
Not a lot of them in circulation.
Yeah, there weren't as many. So it is a great one.
I know it says Clone Wars and everything, but it with it Revenge of the Sith and all that, it just it would have been cool for this to have been at least a rare. If not, I think this would sell as a common. I don't know.
I agree.
Chat, I'm curious what chat thinks. I think this would sell as a common, but at least a rare. I know there's going to be a lot of people. We're going to hear about it a lot. We're going to hear about this decision a lot, because it looks really, really, really nice.
It does.
And
the amount of time it's got to take to put all of the paint deco on there, because it's not as simple as just going, all right, we're just going to hit this one part one time. I mean, you got to hit it with the blue, then you got to hit it with the white, and then you have to, put it all together and assemble it. It's like, why would you spend that much time going through and doing that only to run 5,000 units? You know,
It looks
15,000.
so good.
Yeah, it does. It does look really cool.
Um, it's
But the
it's
other thing that's cool about
it's
it,
going to be a great vault seller. I think that set
yes,
will
it will.
probably sell out to get their hands on this.
And then we
And the back of
have
the box.
the back of the box, which is the most exciting part, I think, for many of us to be able to see, because we get a
Absolutely.
chance to see what else comes in the series. And so we've got our two first vault releases first to market or whatever. You got your V19 and your silencer, and then you get, we think that's an Armada, just
That is an Armada
standard
V-wing. Yeah,
V-wing,
that's
which is a
a
bit of a
little
bummer.
bit of a
Eh.
little. That's a choice. It's a choice.
Yeah, I think
A lot of
what
these
would have been
still on
better.
Target shelves in my area. I don't know about yours. I see
Yeah,
these not infrequently.
yeah, I think what would have been better is likely flip that with our rare vehicle that we're seeing here, which is the Z95 Headhunter, and we believe this is from the video game. Is that right?
So yeah, we've got the Z95. A lot of people will be really happy about this. EU people will be happy about this.
Yeah.
Gaming fans should be happy about this. I believe this is our first real gaming entry into the line. This is from, I believe this is from Jedi Survivor.
Yeah. I think that's right.
With what was his name? Bode? Is that it?
I don't know. Bodhi. That's probably how I would say it. But
So it's a yeah, it's a little confusing. So and this may be wrong with Walmart listings. Walmart listings are, an imprecise science there.
yes.
So it does look like this is Clone Wars deco on this.
Mm-hmm. Which
It
it's
looks like it's
possible.
Clone Wars deco, but the figure from the Walmart listing says it's both. So it actually may not be a gaming version. It's possible that it's just a Clone Wars thing.
Yeah.
But Kevin, the big news about this, I think the big story here is now for several waves, chases and rares have been repaints. Even
Correct.
this tank that is looks amazing, repaint.
Yep.
And I think people were a little starting to warm up to the idea of, okay, if this has to happen, repaints are probably best in the case scenario for a chase and rare.
Yep.
It's been a while since we've seen a new mold as a chaser rare.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
who knows? My hope is somehow this pops up somewhere else, whether it's a vault set or an exclusive or something that we see just a different deco colorway, whatever, of this mold. And the way this line is trending, I
Mm-hmm.
also don't think there's going to be any new mold that, if they can re-release it somehow, I think we're going to see it again. So while
Yeah.
it might be frustrating to some to have this new mold be a rare, my guess is if there's a way to re-release it, we're going to see it re-released.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know where or what wave that will be in. So if you want it now, people, EU fans will be upset, Clone Wars fans will be upset, but I've just got to believe that the way they're reusing molds right now, this is going to show up as a common vehicle somewhere or an exclusive.
Right. I would agree.
Is this up your alley? Do you like the Headhunter? Are
Good.
you a Headhunter guy?
To be perfectly honest, I had no idea what it was for the longest time until somebody mentioned something. I think Helmy might have said something about the Z95 Headhunter, and he actually customized one to an Action Fleet version into it, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Didn't know what it was and looked it up. So yeah, but Yeah. Hey, what is this? Oh, are you clicking it too?
Hey,
Hey,
we're
Kevin,
we're
great
we're,
steers
we're
for the
fighting over
shifts.
that one.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thanks so much for buying. Yeah, Tom, you as well, man. I know Tom's got all of them so far. But yeah, the Z95 is I think it'd be interesting to see what it looks like. I don't know, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I agree
it's
with
cool.
you
I
on
like
the
it. I'm glad we're getting stuff.
re-release.
I know a lot of people have asked for it. I see it listed pretty often. So it's
Yeah,
cool. I
you know
do.
the
Man, I'd
interesting thing
really like
about
to get
those
my hands on that
chases
tank.
and the chases and the rares, so like the Fiend Fighter and then the Whisper, they release the common version and the chase in the same series. It's very possible that they're doing the same thing here with the Z95, that we're getting a rare version now and we could get a common version later, which I like it when they do that, where it's the common and there's a chase that's a different colorway in the same series. I think that's a great way because, like, probably many of us, the Fiend Fighter, you could get Shin and that would be totally fine. Marox is all right looking, but it's not as cool looking as Shin.
It's a
So,
little duller. Yeah, it's a little plainer.
right.
You know, if that situation has to
Mhm.
exist, I think the way they were doing that was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
agreed.
destroyed whisper is cool. I would certainly get it if I saw it in a store, but it didn't feel like a must-have. The tank to me kind of feels like a must-have,
Mhm.
especially if you're around to grab the Battle of Coruscant pack, and you've got those vulture droids
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
same deco on them.
Yep.
You're gonna want those. And while we're talking about that deco, the
Mhm.
light armor series 8, the that deco seems like it's gonna show up on the
Oh, yes, that's right, the Tri-Droid.
yes, we're finally getting the Tri-Droid in more retailer listings all over the place. It's been up for a long time. We've seen this
Yeah,
for quite a
up on
while
eBay and
on eBay and listings and things like that.
yeah, I don't have a picture of that in here, but,
Yeah, that's okay. I think the pictures of that are less
it is a
than
super clever way to do it, by the way. I think it is, like, genius. The same thing that they did with the Vulture Droid, because they need to include a figure with it,
right.
is for them to be able to have that ball cockpit that opens with, like, that sliding thing. I wonder how that mechanism is gonna work and how, like, bulky that's gonna look or
Yeah.
whatever, but it is a super clever way because a lot of people, it's not actually flown by a battle droid, it's just a droid. So, I mean, you could just take some black paint over that, and boom, you're done. So,
It looks really
it's
cool.
great. It
And
does look really cool.
this is light armor class.
Yeah.
Um we also have seen the TIE Striker pop up as well.
The TIE Striker looks really cool.
More
I
Rogue
do
One
like
and maybe Andor love.
Mhm. Yep.
So some of these, I feel like some of these might, it seems like these might show up in Andor season 2. I don't know, I don't know. It would be great timing if these were hitting shelves right as Andor season 2 is on and it's showing up,
Mhm.
on TV at the same time. That would
Sure.
be a huge win for Jazzwares to be able to get those out and
Yeah.
have them on screen at the same time.
Yep, I think we're probably gonna get an Avenger at some point because that thing looks sick too.
Yeah. So these are listings that have been up on Walmart for a while.
Mhm.
And then there's I don't have the images on me,
Yeah.
Tricon, sorry, but they are less than upstanding means, I think, that these are showing up on eBay. So I
Yeah.
don't totally support how these are coming out
Mhm.
in that way, but uh retailers gonna retail and they just leak stuff left and right.
Yeah.
And beyond Series 8, there was kind of a debacle a few days ago with more
Mhm.
Walmart listings.
Yes, there were, with some amazing options that are out there,
Yeah.
which,
I'm a
uh
little conflicted.
mhm,
I feel like if we're gonna report the news, it's out there. It was getting posted all over Facebook, Reddit, things like that.
yeah,
We've gotta talk about the news, but I am conflicted because it's a bummer that these come out the way they come out with a retailer putting them up the way they do, and it
yeah,
totally throws off any plans for a, organized reveal. I think a lot of times it's easy to say, "Reveal these things sooner. You've just gotta get on it and reveal it sooner."
mhm,
But, they're not the master license holder, and things have to go through all kinds of steps of approvals from the licensor. Um, and then even beyond that, you've got retailers where things, okay, well, we're going to reveal this for Walmart Collector Con, or this is getting revealed on StarWars.com, and we're saving this for Celebration. And it's easy to say reveal stuff earlier, but I don't think you always bake into there like, hey, the retailer's going to go rogue and just throw up all of our info that we've ever given them ever online on the same day.
yeah, no, that's
I
probably
mean,
not the best
my
way to do
guess
that.
is that Series 8 has got to get announced somehow sooner than Celebration, I would hope. But Series 9 is probably what we would have seen revealed at Celebration.
Mhm,
And now some of that, is popping up due to Walmart throwing this stuff up. And it's kind of crazy because the art they're using is confidential, and I feel like it was a whole thing. I don't feel super it's not product images. They don't have product images of these, but it's
yeah,
just thrown together internal images that were definitely not meant for they're watermarked, not meant for the public to see. So, it's kind of a bummer that this is how stuff has come out, but it was making the rounds, as they say, Kevin, everywhere. People were very, very, very stoked on some of this stuff coming.
mhm,
And one of the items very near and dear to my Action Fleet and Rebels loving heart, the TIE Defender.
yeah, and not just
Not
one,
one
but
TIE
maybe
Defender,
2.
two TIE Defenders.
Yes.
The
Any
common,
TIE Defender that they need to make, if they're making it less than 15,000, they're making a mistake.
yes, it's
They're
finally
making
coming.
a
It's finally
big
coming.
mistake if they do that. Because yes, the TIE Defender is that's one of my favorites as well. I mean, I liked it before Rebels came along. And then
Yeah,
it
it
came up
was
in
it was
Rebels and I was like,
always one of my
"What?
favorite
This is
Action
sick."
Fleet releases. I'm so glad I had it. Like the E-Wing. As a
Mhm.
kid, the TIE Defender, there's just something about it. It's so unique.
It is unique.
It's just cool. It's an amazing design. I like it.
Mhm.
I don't know what I think it's popular, right? I think people like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the
Yeah, I
size
think
of
it's
it should
insane
be
that
the
it's light armor just because of all the wing situation going on there. Um,
Yeah, I hope it's something similar to what we're getting with like the TIE Interceptor because the cockpit should be pretty big for it. And I actually went through and made one, I 3D printed one that is like in the same scale as the Interceptor, I think is what it is, where the cockpit is about the size of the Interceptor. And yeah, it could
yep.
not fit in the package. You'd have to take all the wings off of it, which
That's my biggest question is how on earth do you fit this the fact that it's light armor, how on earth do you fit this into a bubble
yeah,
and into that size packaging?
you take all the wings off of it is the
All of them,
easiest way.
there's no way they take all of the wings off, right? That would be
You could
nuts.
take 2 of them off, so
That's
you
my
could have,
guess.
like, the 2 bottom ones that come off. Although and this would actually work because you could do 4 versions of that. So you could do the standard one, you could do the red elite, you could do the yellow elite, then you could do the red elite battle damage with
With
Ezra and
Rebels.
Sabine,
Yeah.
where they're flying with just the 1 wing on the top. So that would be, that would be awesome.
I will buy as many
All
as
of
they
them.
put in.
Yeah,
I'll take them all.
agreed.
This is one, somebody asked earlier how I feel about repaints.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this day and age, with the economics of the toy business, it's a necessary thing that happens.
Yeah.
And I equate these vehicles. In a perfect world, everything is new, 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 new. But that doesn't make sense from a business standpoint. You'd lose your shirt if everything was a new mold all the time. There's no
Mm-hmm.
way that budget works out in the end. So to me, this is like clones,
Mm-hmm.
where we see a clone every 2 waves or so from Hasbro, right?
Yep.
There's clones all the time. We're getting all kinds of clones. And to me, if these ships exist, it's not like they're making their own ships up and repainting them in silly ways. Like, we see the hologram versions, but
Yeah.
it's not like they're painting it all red, or this is the prototype version that's really colorful. These are ships that actually exist, and I don't mind almost any of the repaints. No one's forcing anyone to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, now how you balance that, I think, is probably important. If you go too repaint heavy, people are going to get turned off, except your most hardcore people. So it's a tough balance. But I think any repaint, I'm absolutely, if it makes sense, I'm here for it. And if you take into consideration something that I love, like a TIE Defender, then yeah, I repaint it all you want. I will buy literally whatever you put out. This was the one I would say, probably the most excited for that we had pop up this week, right? Can't wait
Mm-hmm.
to see it. I really hope this would be like the best thing about Celebration. It's like seeing the TIE Defender
Mm-hmm.
and then like a clip from Mando and Grogu right underneath.
You mean an ATRT with Mando on it? Because I'm
We know it's
sure
coming.
we're getting
It's got to
we're
be
gonna get
coming.
that. That's
Yeah,
an easy
we'll
one.
see. We'll see multiples. We'll see them with Mando. We'll see them with probably snow troopers. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was not all. I believe we'll be seeing some Jedi interceptors in Armada.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
There's one that's actually was leaked from
the same deal. Online on
actually it
eBay, right?
wasn't it wasn't on eBay. It was actually just a picture online of
Okay.
one of the Jedi interceptors that we'll get. Which
Not Armada, right?
not Armada, no. So this one would be the blue Obi-Wan Jedi interceptor that he flies in
Revenge of the Sith, I
Revenge of
believe.
the Sith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if that comes out,
I'm sure we're
it's
gonna
not
get a
a
green
crazy
one
guess that
from Anakin.
we might see Anakin's green. Is that right?
Yeah, it's green. Yep.
I think we'll be seeing some repaints for Revenge of the Sith 20, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
It does make
It's in the
sense.
movie. It's an anniversary. It makes sense. I love those Jedi interceptors.
They are cool.
And
I think those are the
especially you put
only
a main
ones that we're
character in
missing
there.
too. They're the only ones that we're missing is
Mhm.
those two, at least from like until you get into some other, crazy characters.
Yeah, beyond normal canon stuff, right?
Right.
Um, Another one that I'm sure will be slightly controversial. We're seeing the A-wing again.
Yep, the A-wing. Hopefully, it's probably not going to be. It's going to be likely the Resistance A-wing. But
And
man, I
we'll
would
hear
love
about
to
it, I'm
see a
sure.
new mold. I would love to see a new mold of the A-wing.
No chance. This
Yeah.
is Ezra's trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on this team loves Rebels, and I'm here for it. I think maybe when they put out that first A-wing and the Sabine TIE fighter, those got like so much attention that they were like, okay, we just need to hit Rebels up every other wave.
Yeah.
Because they are mining deep when it comes to. I don't even think we mentioned. Did you mention that it's the Volt Scarus TIE Defender Elite?
No, I didn't mention that, but it's the
Yeah,
yellow one. It'd be the
yeah,
yellow
the
one.
Volscaris one. So they're
Actually,
really
no, I'm sorry. That'd be the red one.
mm,
I think is the one that he is flying.
yeah. So again, small grain of salt with the crazy Walmart listings because we've seen all kinds of things pop up on Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is one that
No, Chase is yellow. Okay, got it. Yep.
yeah, well, we think it's yellow, but
Yeah. There's a yellow and a red one. It's the exact same paint scheme, just a different color.
yeah. Um, and I
Mining
believe
Guild tie.
another
Oh
yeah
yeah, Mining
for
Guild tie would be
for
cool.
light armor class, the other one that's been out
Mhm.
there for a long time that we haven't talked about yet. The the return of Rebels, hitting up Rebels
Mhm.
again. ATDP.
It's been so long since we saw that shadowed image at Celebration. When was that? 2023? It's that 2 years ago now that we saw that?
Surely
Or
not. I mean, it was it last
or
year?
was
I
that
don't think it was last year. I think it's
I
2023, right?
yeah, I think it is 2023 because it's celebrations every other year.
Yeah, it couldn't have been last year. That's nuts, man. Yeah,
So, yeah, April of
2023.
2023. Yeah, we saw the,
Because
gosh,
at
we
the
saw
event at
so
the
many
booth, we
vehicles
got
there.
Series 4 reveals at the booth, and then at the panel, we got even further into the future
Yeah,
and got that Series 5 that just kind of got totally broken apart and
it
reworked,
did,
and
yeah.
there's still half of that wave that has yet to show up. A lot of it
Agreed.
with TFA 10, we might see some of those. Man, rest in peace, Cloud Car. What on earth has happened to the Cloud Car?
I know, I was just getting ready to look at I was just looking at that. So we got, from that reveal that they gave, we have Anakin on his swoop, Tatooine, which seems like we would get that this year. Rey's speeder,
Got to be
um,
coming, right? Surely that's coming.
Cloud Car, the Geonosian Starfighter, and the battle damage TIE fighter, the battle damage special forces TIE fighter. Those are the ones that were missing out of that so far. That the rest of the stuff has, and sorry, the ATDP. The rest of the
ATDP,
stuff has come out.
David's saying ATDP might be based on the Amazon listings.
Hmm.
ATDP might be Starfighter class.
Starfighter class. Why would it be a starfighter class? Is it that much
U,
bigger?
U, UPC's match.
Hmm.
I don't know because it's taller. I don't in the what did it
Be
say?
interesting.
What did it say in that reveal? Wasn't it light armor in the reveal? Do you still have that pulled up?
No, I think it was. I think it was Starfighter because it comes
Okay,
with two
yeah,
figures.
I
So
missed.
it is
I misspoke.
taller than the ATST. It's
It's a
supposed to
lot
be
taller,
taller.
but I think it's
Even Walmart says, yeah, Starfighter. Okay.
yeah. I mean, I would love to see the Hoth. Do you think we'll ever see the Hoth ATST? Because
That's
it's a
the one that
lot
we
tall.
have.
It looks a lot taller, right?
Well, the Hoth ATST, the one that's in the movie that's in the background, I think
Mm-hmm.
that is the ATDP head that's on the like cockpit that's on the ATST.
At least very similar, right?
It's very similar to it.
Yeah.
But the yeah, yeah.
I'd love
But
to. It's
so
one of
this
those things.
comment here on the Geonosian Starfighter. Sorry, I saw this. I just have to comment on it. The Geonosian Starfighter. So there was a long time ago where there was an interview done with some of the Jazzwares crew, some of the design team, and they showed off the Geonosian Starfighter that they had
That's
in
how
hand, the
close it
prototype.
was to coming out.
I know, and it looked amazing. So they showed off the V-19 Torrent at the same time, and that Geonosian Starfighter looks really, really cool. I think it's going to be such a small market share of people that are going to be interested in it. But man, I would totally army build that. That is so cool looking. It's got like the cool landing gear. There was another picture I saw of that somewhere. I can't remember where, but if they're going to do the Solar Sailor, man, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could. You get Dooku with it, so it's an easy reuse of that figure.
all
But
these leaks, man. This is obviously certainly not the way Jazzwares wants us to find out about stuff.
mm-hmm.
Do you like finding out about stuff like this? These like weird listings just popping up with no real product image, anything. I mean,
I think it's kind
or
of interesting.
or
It
is
would
it the
be
drip feed that kind of feels good? Is it the slow drip feed of slowly finding out? Then you see a product image. Is that the way that you?
I'm like a full on binge streamer type of a guy, so I'm like, just give it to me all at once. I'll wait another week. Just give me all at once with images and all that stuff, so that way I know it's coming. It is fun to be able to see some of this stuff, like seeing the CIS tank come up, and then go like, just show me the back of the box. That's all I want to see. I already
I
know
know.
that this is coming, and then you see
Yep.
the back of the box, and you get a chance to see the other stuff. So that is pretty cool. But it is also interesting to see, like, we've seen a handful of things pop up on eBay that we haven't seen yet. Some scout class items. There's another couple scout class items that popped up on there. We got a hologram Darth Maul. We've
Tell you
got
what,
the
man.
Inquisitor Spear.
Between these
Sabine.
factories losing product and Walmart going nuts,
Yeah,
it's
it
been
is
it's been a
crazy.
rough few months for whoever plans these reveals at Jazzwares.
I know.
I do
I know.
feel
I
bad for
certainly
them.
feel bad. I do feel very bad for him. I'm not sure what they want to do with that and how they want to release it. It's kind of hard though too when that stuff comes out to not talk about it,
I know,
you know?
especially for us. With this, we've had a dialogue with Jazzwares.
Mhm.
We chat with them some. They're excited about the podcast. I think we would both love to find a way to make it work where we could have somebody. It's been a long time,
It has
but
been, yeah.
it would be awesome to be able to bring someone from Jazzwares on and have a chat with them. And I think this is a great vessel or medium for them to either tease, reveal, whatever, what have you. So
Yeah. Or just
my
talk some
hope
inside
is that
baseball,
there's a
like
mutually beneficial thing that is able to happen there. Um, but I also know they're probably not super stoked that we're out here talking about Walmart listings that pop up. So it's a very, very tough balance with, hey, these guys are very nice to us. They're super kind. Um, I don't want to be the one to ruin this stuff and leak things like this.
mhm.
Um, on the other hand, if we're going to talk news and it's out there and it's being posted everywhere, we've got to bring it up, right?
Yeah, and to the same degree too, while we may not hit on everything that comes out because there are some issues with that. If you are not a member of the Facebook Micro Galaxy or the Micro Fleet Collectors page, certainly can jump on there and join. And there is stuff that pops up there all the time. So
Absolutely.
yeah, there's
Stuff that
a
I'm every now and then I'm a little more discerning or afraid to post when it comes to the legality or the means that it's out there.
mhm.
Uh, People in the Facebook group do not have that concern. So
Yeah,
anything and everything ends up fair game in there.
totally.
So, check it often, join. Hey, if you're gonna go and join the group, please answer the questions so we know you're a real
Oh my
person.
gosh.
I
Yes,
would
please answer
say
the
now
questions.
that I've made mods in the Facebook group, Kevin, you see
Yeah,
the number of people I turned down. I think I could be at 20,000
absolutely.
if I accepted more people.
Yeah, the
But
worst thing
if you
is when
don't
I
answer
go
the
through
questions, I don't know you're a real person. I don't know
yeah,
you're a smart person that I want in the group. Just answer the questions, and then you can come in and be cool and kind to people, and you'll see all kinds of nuts stuff. I think due to the nature of this being every 2 weeks, at least right now,
yeah.
it's not like we're gonna be, breaking a ton of news. The Facebook group, some of our posts,
Mhm.
things like that, that's where the breaking news is, but I think this at least allows us a place to come on and just chat with people and chat with each other about something that I don't have a whole lot of people in my day-to-day life that want to hear me talk about this stuff. I don't know about you, Kevin.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think our ability also to get all of that stuff consolidated in one place and be able to deliver it all for those who haven't been, there the whole time. Certainly, that's, I think, a lot of what it is that we wanted to do with this as well. And yes, I totally agree with Cole on answering the questions. I can't tell you how many times I look at my phone and there's 20 member requests. And I'm like, do I really want to spend the time and go through and send 18 you didn't answer the question declines? Like,
Yeah,
I just want to have a way to
I
do
get
that a
it.
lot faster. Like, yeah, I mean, gosh, there's got to be hundreds of requests that come in a week.
I would
Um,
say I turn away well over half the people.
oh yeah, me too.
Ever since I started having people in there
Yeah,
scamming people, I turn away tons and tons of people. But
maybe they should get
Facebook
you
group
guys
is
your
an awesome
reveals.
place. Hey, Caleb,
Yeah, we'd love to.
it's not out of the question.
Yeah, we'd love
It's
to.
certainly not out of the question. I don't want to like hype things up that aren't finalized or happening or anything, but I do think this provides an easy place for things like reveals to happen. And
Yeah.
it's my hope that more than one or two people there feel the same way and that we can get some kind of approval on that because that would be really, really cool to be
And
able
if you
to do
guys
things like that.
like the content and you like this, like what we're talking about, tell all your friends, shout it from the rooftop. The more eyeballs that we get on this, the better chance we have of being able to go to them with some data to be able to say, look at how many people are watching this. We'd love to be able to partner with you guys to be able to do some of these reveals. So certainly yeah, I mean, we would love to do it. So
We need Paul on to bring his following here.
yeah, if Paul brings his, yeah, I think all of the rest of the squad that we have hopping on here, that would be awesome to be able to pull in some more eyeballs and people that actually want to learn more about it.
For sure. Kevin, the last thing, we're running pretty long tonight.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to get to real quick, I hope you have this. We're going to skip the broader galaxy of Star Wars news.
Yeah.
Not a
Oh,
whole lot
yes.
happening right there. The Rey movie has another writer. Who knows if this movie's ever going to come out? That movie's been written by 4 or 5 people now. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But community spotlight, where we go and shine a spotlight on cool things that are going on in the Micro Galaxy Squadron community,
Yeah.
customs, videos, displays, and of course your photography. You can send in submissions anytime on Instagram at Micro Galaxy Squadcast or at microgalaxysquadcast at gmail.com. This week, just one, and it's a great one.
Oh, we got two actually.
Did you pull in
I
another
put
one?
I pulled in another one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
surprise
We
for
need
me.
like what we need is we need some theme music for this section. So as you're doing that whole intro, it's like this stuff going off in the background. That's
Hey,
what we
I
really
have
need.
if for a little bonus for the audio listeners, we have theme music that is only on the audio version of this.
Oh,
I
nice.
No one has done I haven't gotten anybody to do motion graphics for a theme intro
Yeah.
video. So only the shout out to the Mechanthrope for doing that. You can check him out on Instagram. We have theme music. It's on the audio, and one day, I hope soon, we will have an intro video with the theme music.
Nice. So here is our first. So this is an amazing display with a bunch of different stuff in it. So this is from Michael that is in both the groups. It's got some awesome stuff here. I always love the hangers. I'm just like such a geek for the hangers. But he's got some really cool displays here. So a like full on red squadron. You can't really see it that well in the top left picture, but he's got a U-wing painted red.
Custom.
He's got the custom B-wing in the back left that's red as well. Those flight stands look pretty cool. I'm partial to those flight stands as well. And then
Note to people that want their displays in community spotlight. The more Kevin 3D prints you use in your display,
the
the
better
higher
chance you
the
have.
chance you might be featured.
Yes.
This segment of the show sponsored by Kevin's Micro Fleet on Etsy.
That's right. KT Customs Micro. But yeah, and I really do like, kind of all kidding aside, I do really love the look of those hangers.
They are great. Well, and
They
it
are
gives you a way
so cool
to
looking.
maximize the space on a shelf.
Yes,
If you
for
put those on a
sure.
riser, they're never gonna get that high on a display. So, I do think I haven't printed any yet or used any yet, but the
Yeah.
cool thing about using those hangers is you can really maximize a shelf there, and get product on the bottom, on the top. It's an actual thing in Canon. They
Yep.
look great.
They do look great. And then the other one that we have here is actually from Sky Guy Customs.
Shout out
And
to Luke, who's
man,
been doing awesome stuff for
amazing
quite a while now.
displays. Yeah, so he's got this sick ATTE going up the side of the wall. So on the right side there is actually the image of it from Clone Wars. The ATTE is climbing up the wall, and there are some clone
Classic
troopers
scene.
rappelling up the side. And so he came up with his own display. He's got these little clips that are able to hold the ATTE in place, and man, it looks amazing. He's also got some as you're looking at this thing on the wall, it's got a little lip on the top, and he's got some dwarf spider droids up there, and then
Yeah,
he's
if you
got
go to his
two
post, if
stabs.
you look up Sky Guy Customs on Instagram, you can see a behind the scenes he did for this,
Yeah,
which
man,
is also
so
pretty cool.
cool.
He shouts out whoever designed these spider droids up there, those prints.
And the other thing that's cool about this, and this is one of my biggest
Oh,
problems
he's
with
in
some of
chat.
these things.
What's up, Luke?
Oh, nice. Yeah, thanks for joining. So, the other thing that's great about these, because I do actually have this one landing platform as well, is that it's got 3M strips that you can attach to it. Because the thing I hate about things that you typically have to put on the wall is you're just going to ruin the paint, or you got to screw it in or
Yeah.
something. So the fact that there's like little cutouts on the back where you can put 3M strips to be able to stick that thing up there is awesome. Super clever idea. Super clever idea.
I would just say as a general rule, if you enjoy this line, just give Sky Guy Customs a follow, because Luke
So
is
many cool
always
things
up
on
to
there.
some kind of insane thing that he's working on.
Did
This
you
is the
see the
man
one that he
who
just did
has
with
the mini carded micro
yeah,
figures.
yeah.
He has cards for the micro figures. He's got the 3PO and Darth Vader retro display cases.
Those are so sick, man. Those are so sick.
I saw the other day he's printed, I believe, Tantive 4. Is
Oh
that
yeah, that
right?
was I think that was from a while ago, like a massive one. I don't know, Luke, how big is that thing? That's got to be like 5 feet long, at least. I mean, it's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah. If you're still in here, let us know how big that thing is. It's huge. Let's see.
Files of George.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
you
that's
can
really
buy
big.
the dwarf spy. You can buy the dwarf spider droids on his Etsy shop. He
There you
says.
go. Blockade runners, 4.5 feet long. Nice. That is awesome. Yeah, it's amazing. And then the other thing that he just came out with, which I love, I want to get it, is the new just the thing that he has for the TIE fighters where you can take the wings off and stack the wings
Yep,
vertically.
that's a great.
That is so cool. That's like such a perfect diorama type of thing to have, where you can you have like the cockpit that's sitting up on top, and then you have the wings stacked up on the side. All we need now, Luke, is we need like a little crane clip thing that you can crane it over and clip on there and lift it out. So there you go. That's your next thing you got to design. But no, it's awesome.
I've heard it both ways, and that sounds dumb to me.
Tomato.
If it's, I don't care if it's right. I don't want to say that word that way. Do you say at?
Do I say at?
That was sort of rhetorical.
Oh, gotcha.
Do you say at?
I say at.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Literally working on that model as well. Nice. That's great. Oh, I love it.
Well,
But yeah, tons of great stuff. The other one, cool, the one that's really cool, it was the uh, like the poncho thing that Chewbacca wears in the Christmas special. Oh, that's so funny.
I forgot about that. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Maybe, hey Luke, maybe if you have a setup, maybe one episode we'll have you on just to talk through all the stuff you've done.
yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
one
No,
of the
really cool.
coolest creators in the community, in
Yeah,
my opinion. Well, thanks for that
amazing
surprise
helmets. Amazing
community
helmets
spotlight
too.
entry there. I didn't know about. Kevin, do you have
Yeah, man.
anything coming up? I assume if people check out your channel soon, you might have a tie s- tie silencer
Oh
video up
man,
pretty
I've
soon,
got
right?
so many things coming. Too much to do. So, yeah, I've got the tie silencer review. I'm going to be reviewing those prototypes that I got, prototypes, test shots, whatever you want to call them. I also have part two of my collection. I have almost everything recorded. I have some pictures I've got to get pushed throughs, and then I've got to edit it all. That has all of the Micro Machines, Star Wars, and Action Fleet.
I've seen
So
several
like
people mention
the whole,
your collection walkthrough
yeah,
videos. That those seem to have hit pretty well with people.
yeah, for sure. It's cool to get a chance to go through and talk about all of it. There's so much to what Galoob pushed out there years ago. Um, and actually, I just got a message just before we started. Galoob has a line called Battle Squads, and one of my friends that I've met over the years through that just sent me over a picture of um, a catalog that has some unreleased. Oh man, no way! That is so cool. It's got a picture of these. I've got to show this. I've got to show this. This is so cool. So these were unreleased. There were two of these that were actually made. He owns one of them. These are battle squads uh, from an actual catalog. So this is from my friend Jesse. So you've got the F-16, uh, the stealth. That's the Nighthawk. Then you can see there, what is that? The MiG-21. There's another tank in there, like a little Huey combat pack. There's another Jeep, some satellite dish. These were all ones that never actually made it. Oh, there's another chopper. No way. That is so cool. The Tomcat. Man, that is sick. But those, yeah, I can't
The
hear you.
good Micro Galaxy Squadron content that people are here for.
Yeah, exactly. So you got a little preview of that. I'm sure we're going to post that somewhere. That'll probably be over on the Microfleet collectors page at some point. But that is super cool. So
Oh, I'd take that down so fast, Kevin, if that was in my group.
no, you wouldn't. I'd leave it up there. I'd block it so you couldn't.
Lock it in place.
Yeah, I'd lock it in place. But there you go. There's a little something extra for anybody that is out there as a miniatures fan. So
Well, we've gone 2 hours, which
yeah,
not too bad considering how much there was to follow. And if you joined us late, hit that on demand and check out our little chat about Biggs. I still think that's if you missed our discussion about Biggs earlier, I still think that's um one of the wildest things that's happened
yeah,
is this Biggs situation. It's
agreed.
nuts.
I wonder how much
Again,
everybody's.
I do not condone breaking into random
I know
storage
we have
units
to
in
cut that.
Washington.
We'll have to cut that out of the version that actually gets gets released. But yeah, the other thing too that I'm interested to see about it is just how fired up people are going to get. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are really frustrated about it. Just recognize we have nothing to do with any of that stuff. So all we're doing is just telling you information that we have found out about, and
In
likely,
fact, we're telling you, do not go to eBay and buy those.
yeah, don't go to
Just
eBay
wait,
and buy that.
because
Just
with
wait.
800 with 800, those are going to come down in price pretty quick.
Yeah.
Don't
and
buy
to the
them.
same
Just wait.
degree, also, I think on the Jazzwares end of that, it's not their specific problem. So, I mean, don't go beating up Jazzwares about all that either.
Yeah,
So,
this has got to be some kind of weird distribution or
yeah, there had to be
facility
something that
issue that's
crazy
happened.
that happened. But
Yeah,
yes,
I mean, it really is kind of a crazy fluke that these got like mislabeled and rejected, and
yep,
hashtag save bigs.
legally. I like that. Agreed. We should start that. Hashtag somewhere on the page.
All
Hashtag
right,
save pigs.
2
Well,
hours, 2 hours
2
even. For
hours
those that
right on the
stuck with us
nose.
the whole time, thank you so much. You can find us on Instagram at Microgalaxy Squadcast. You can submit discussion topics or community spotlight entries to microgalaxysquadcast@gmail.com. Audio podcasts are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Maybe, I still haven't figured out if Android can do podcasts yet, but it's 2025. I'm sure they've found out a way. Kevin, we'll at least be back 2 weeks from today.
Correct.
If news keeps coming as fast and furious as it has been, maybe we'll have to hop on next week. We'll see. But
yes,
I would actually like to do, I think it'd be cool just to hop in and do not an episode per se, but just hop on and have a little fun, maybe unbox some things, just hang out with chat as like a midweek, as a midweek kind of break for that. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll
And
keep
as
brainstorming. If you have ideas for things you want to see, hit us up. We certainly appreciate the feedback and info. We are always trying to do our best to get better at this and produce content that you want to see. And to the one guy who thinks we're abysmal, maybe we'll be less abysmal every episode. Little less every episode. Man, Kevin, I got only positive feedback on my channel.
Oh, nice. Good.
You're just your toxic community.
Exactly
with all the criticism.
I know.
Man, it was only 1 or 2 people, but
yeah.
Listen,
Whatever.
I see it all.
I don't.
Take
It
to
does.
heart.
It glances right off of me. I don't even really care that much. I take it
My
in. I
skin is
do
thin.
consider it, but yeah.
Contrary to what you see on screen, my skin is thin.
Nice.
All right,
man.
Now you hit us with a pretty crazy sign off last week with we're squadding out.
We're squad.
Have you thought of a worse one this week?
Oh man, no, I haven't.
You know what? I've thought of a lot of bad ones in the shower, and I need to start writing them down.
Yeah,
just how bad. A lot of them are cheesy. They may not be super bad. But
like,
squadding
let's
out
get one.
was especially awkward, and I love that.
Yeah. What do you got?
Yeah. Let's. You want to go for cheesy?
Yes.
Let's see. Let's do.
Squad you later.
Stay cool, stay kind, and stay on target.
Nice. I like that. That's a good one. I'm in. We're signing off on that.